Yeah,
Awesome.
that's so good. I'll just do a
I
quick
love it.
check on my Facebook here. Yeah,
Let me know if you can see that we live.
yep, we are.
Fabulous.
Beautiful. So we've got another minute or so. I pulled a card while we were waiting, and I just asked Spirit, okay, what do you want us as women to know about healing the sisterhood wound? You know, this is for all the women that are here live and that will watch this at any point another time. And we got a message from the rainbow, and this is really interesting. The invitation for all of us is that the rainbow tells you that the end of the storm is near. Persevere and remember that it's darkest just before dawn. Do not give up hope, things are about to take a positive turn. Listen for the morning rooster that announces the coming of the dawn, even while the night is still darkest. But do not claim victory yet or let your guard down fully. Do you know what's so interesting about this is, we're talking about healing the sisterhood wound today, but it's so much bigger than that. We've been talking about healing the ancestral wounds, the witch wounds, the prostitution wounds. Today, the sisterhood wound. This is all for a bigger purpose, right? This is also that we can ascend on this planet in this life. That's our reason for being. Now, this is telling us that, yeah, we've been in this great crumble for a while and it can feel dark and it can feel miserable and it can feel like shit. Okay, but this is telling us just remember it's happening. Don't let our guards down fully, as in don't stop doing what you're doing, because we're here to be the change. And that can take effort, right? It can take a conscious effort to choose love when maybe someone is projecting hatred onto you. This is the importance of why we're here today. Okay? This is the importance of our mission. It takes a conscious choice to choose that. All right. So, oh, we got lots of beautiful souls coming in. Welcome, everyone. If you missed that card, when we hop off, I would urge you to go and watch that collective card pull. Now, I do have some winners to announce today. I just want to explain how this is going to go first. So, we're going to have a chat about the sisterhood wounds, and then we're going to do a clearing on the mother wound because it doesn't just start with us, right? Here I go giggling. Okay, it doesn't just start with us. We're going to clear the mother wound. We're going to also, I'm going to do a hive mind clearing, and that's like a clearing of belief viruses, because this wound is perpetuated systemically, right? And through our lineages, and it's got to stop with us, okay? Remember that card. It's about us making a conscious choice to be the change, because that's how we're going to change the world, okay? This is the bigger stuff beyond what we've been doing over the last week together. And finally, I've lost it, but it'll come back to me. So, first of all, let's announce the winners. So, is she on here? No, she's in a different time zone actually. So, the winner of the full scholarship 12 months in the Sacred Womb Sanctuary is Lindsay Tarot. So, I will reach out to Lindsay and let her know that she has won that. So congratulations, Lindsay, when you watch the replay, which I'm sure will be much later today. She's in the UK. Number two, again, I don't think she's here. Philippa Story has won the 1 month of private Voxer support with me, valued at $1,500. Now she's in South Africa, so she will probably be asleep as well. And then, is she on? No, she's been on all week. That's okay. So, winner of the third prize, which are the money code enchantments, is Brandy Keenan. So, congratulations, ladies. We will reach out to all of you. And congratulations to the ladies who have chosen to say yes to their soul and their mission, who are joining us in the Abundance Goddess. You can still join us. We do start next week. Let me turn my phone off. So we actually start next week. All the bonuses went away over the weekend, but I was called because so many women were catching up on the calls over the weekend. I've created a special link just for today for those of you that still want to access this at a $500 discount. And Nikki's going to pop all those links in. Whether you want to do that now or later, darling, that's totally fine. So I'm just going to reclaim my host access here so that I can share my screen. Thank you, Nikki, for doing that. And how's everyone feeling after our week together? I know it brought up a lot of stuff for some of you. I just want to let you know you're not doing this alone. We're doing this together. Okay, so this one's going to bring up some stuff, okay? You might have some childhood memories come through. You might have some guilt come through for maybe how you treated someone over your life. Or for some of you, which I believe would be a very minuscule amount, you may still be in denial over your own behavior patterns around dealing with other women, the way we perceive other women, the way we think other women perceive us, okay? So let's get straight into it. Okay, I'll have a look at that later. All right, so today we're talking about the sisterhood wound. This is really quite fun because all of us here today, we have the power to shift this for the collective, okay? We think we're one person and we can't make a big difference, but that's completely false. All right, one woman vibrating or one human vibrating at love, the frequency of love changes millions of lives around them, okay? So today, the sisterhood wound, this lives in all of us. It's the silent patriarchal force that tells us we won't fit in with a new group of women. Now, just again, I just wanted to let you know there are again healing codes and harmonics coming through for you from many light beings today to help us clear this wound for ourselves and for each other. And if you choose to accept those healings, you just need to be open to receive and have a yes in your mind. Okay, let's keep going. Being excluded or criticized leads to like a disconnect, right? I call it the lone wolf syndrome. I'm sure you've heard of the lone wolf, where we just go, you know what? It's easier to do this on my own. I don't want people in my life. I don't want other women in my life. It's too hard. They're too bitchy. I don't want to be betrayed again. You know, all those things, they make me feel, you know, different or weird or too much. So I just won't bother. Okay. And if you want to be witnessed, feel free to use the chat box. Okay. Take a breath. How do you feel about other women right now? Now, if you have subconsciously, I feel like today subconsciously your ego mind might want you to not actually go as deep as you could into this. That's why I want to say this right now. How do you feel about other women right now? Like, really? And allow yourself to ponder on that, remembering that when we go into the shadow, we're actually bringing light. And the opposite is true. If we don't allow ourselves to go there, it's going to fester and fester, and it grows like a mold. All right. And there's no right or wrong way to answer these questions. It's okay if maybe you do have an aversion to women. That's why we're here today, to heal this. It doesn't make you a bad person, all right? So maybe you feel jealous or resentful. And I'm pausing quite a lot today because I really want you to sit with this and bring up any feelings, because that allows the clearing to be even more powerful today when we actually bring this up. And this can happen, you know, we can really fall into comparisonitis, especially on social media, when a lot of successful women are showing maybe only the good parts of their lives. And we think, well, why isn't my life like that? Why aren't I living like that? I don't feel as good of a parent now watching that, you know, when we watch people that seemingly have it all. It can bring stuff up, and that's normal for humans. So, does her success trigger you or make you feel like a failure? Yes, beautiful. I can relate to this. Good. Yep, can feel jealous. Thank you for your honesty, because this is normal. This is normal, okay? It doesn't make us bad or wrong. Yeah, beautiful. Comparing my insides to their outsides. And I love that saying. Maybe you secretly feel good when she doesn't succeed. Who's brave enough to say, yeah, I have felt like that before, because now I don't feel as bad about my life. Maybe you struggle to trust feminine relationships and truly let them in because you've been hurt before. You were betrayed. Maybe by your best friend, maybe by your own mother. Or you could be experiencing this from other women in your life. Maybe you truly are craving those beautiful sisterhood relationships, but you haven't yet found other women that will truly let you in. Yep, feel like a failure, like I should be further ahead. I felt that before. Yep, definitely. That's a big one. Beautiful. Thank you. Do you feel like maybe you're triggering this wound in others? So, funny thing, I never thought I would trigger other women. You know, I always played it small, flew under the radar. I actually liked being invisible because that way it was safe. But when I started rising in my business, it brought up shit, not just for me, it brought up shit for people I knew. I started losing people. And not just that, I started having people that I already knew start treating me differently. So it happens. Again, this triggers human reactions in others. And this is that tall poppy syndrome we talk about, you know. Pardon me. When we see a woman rise, do we want to chop her down so that she is at the same level as the rest of us little poppies? Or can we honor that poppy for growing because she did that? She put that work in. She has grown. She is rising. She's ascending, and that's beautiful. But as long as we're trying to keep the rest of the poppies small, we're not going to heal this wound. And like I said earlier, this is bigger than us, ladies. This is so much bigger than us because we can't take this energy into the new earth paradigm. And my wish and intention is that we get to live this in our life, okay? In those beautiful new earth codes, right? So other ways that you may experience the sister wound manifesting in your life is struggling to be a part of women's only group experiences. Maybe there's a beautiful retreat you'd love to go on, but it brings up your stuff about being surrounded by other women. What if they gossip about me? What if they're mean to me? What if they're bitchy? Yeah. We can project self-hatred onto other women. This is a big one. We can dishonor each other with gossip and cliques. We can disrespect through judgment and singling out. So this is either us doing this to others or others doing this to us, and then it gets really messy, right? Mistrust of other women, fear of rejection and exclusion, negative self-talk, trouble being vulnerable, and playing small. Again, because we don't want to be the tall poppy. Now let's bring it into business. This is big. Disrespecting other women's businesses by not paying them, or maybe by bad mouthing their service rather than speaking to them directly. Copying their work and treating their business as though it were a hobby or not as serious as other businesses. Now, this is big, big stuff. And again, if we want to change this in the industry, it needs to stop with us. If you have an issue with your healer, coach, or mentor, take it to them, not someone else. Pay for the services. My mentor says it's like going to a restaurant and not eating all the peas on your plate. You still have to pay for the whole meal, okay? Now, this is something that I have noticed women do in the industry is, I didn't actually open that course, so I'm not paying for it anymore. Or deciding, I think I explained to you guys last week actually, a woman who was in one of my programs, she had amazing results, a 4K week, a 6K week, a 33K quarter, like first ever in her business. I allowed her to come in on a 12-month payment plan, and on about the 9th month in, she told me that she believed I'd been paid enough. That's wrong, yeah? And the way I see it is, anyone that does that, they're creating their own karma, all right? So we can either pursue that legally, or we can allow the universe to do its thing, which it always does, okay? It's universal law. And again, I choose to be a part of the solution, not the problem, which is why you won't ever see me publicly judging another coach, even if I disagree with their method or the way they might have treated a client. First of all, it's not my business, and second of all, I'm becoming a part of the problem. And another thing I want to say here, and this might bring up some stuff for you, there is this phenomenon at the moment where we are labeling women as Karens if they are behaving outside of what we perceive as the norm. Now, my son loves watching Karens get karma or whatever. My ears literally hurt watching this stuff. It's just my own reaction to not wanting to see it. And yeah, some of it can be funny, cool, a bit of humor is awesome, but we are being a part of the problem when we publicly judge other women, when we video them having a tantrum. I truly believe a lot of these women they're mentally unwell, okay? But even if they weren't, we are staying in the problem, okay? And I know that there might be a lot of buts. No, we're staying in the problem if we publicly shame and judge these women, okay? No one's saying what they're doing is right or how they're behaving is okay, especially if they're harming another one, or they are, speaking like, I know there's been a lot of racism with some of these women, but again, we've got to be the change, okay? We can't expect other people to change. We can only change ourselves. Okay, so we can't take this into the New Earth paradigm. We simply can't. It won't happen. So let's shift this. A lot of energy is coming through. I am absolutely boiling hot and I just need to take this off. Woo! So we're going to shift this with a beautiful clearing shortly. But what if we tried to sort of switch the narrative? And this starts with us in our own minds. Okay, she just made $1 million this year. Fuck yes, that means because I'm seeing that in my reality, that is now a part of my actual reality, because I am seeing this that is showing me that that can now become a part of my life. It's showing me what is possible for me, not what's not possible. Okay? Her light is a mirror of your divine light. So again, if you're watching, a spiritual entrepreneur or a guru, I used to love Doreen Virtue. I still love her for being my first ever mentor, basically. She was a big part of my spiritual awakening. But I used to watch her and go, she's so amazing. She's so intuitive. She knows everything about everything. That's not me. No, that was showing me what's possible for me to become a spiritual leader and share my light with other women. Doreen, yeah, I just love her. And I know that she chose a different path, and that's okay too. So again, being a part of the solution, that is her choice. That's okay. It's okay. Geez, didn't that bring up some stuff for people? When she went her own path. Like, it's okay. The New Earth paradigm asks us to come back to oneness. There's this universal law of neutrality, which actually, and I hope I'm talking about the right one here, and I'm sure I am, states that actually there's no wrong or right, there's no good or bad. That's just the stuff that separates us from our true state of being, which is oneness. Okay? And what if we can choose collaboration over competition? There are no competitors. What if there were no competitors? And I think on a spiritual level, this is why I never liked sport, even as a child. Never, ever, ever liked sport. Still don't, never will. So what if we could rise together, celebrate each other, and love each other? Now, I know this might sound like wishy-washy words, but this is where the true power lies, in what we choose to do. Now, this might take a lot to shift that narrative from, let's say, jealousy to celebration. But when you shift that narrative from jealousy to celebration and go, oh, that's bringing up stuff for me and my not good enoughs, but I'm going to celebrate this woman, and then you're going to shift something in you, and that's going to activate a different kind of universal law, right? Now, let's say, for example, we're using the law of attraction. Cool, celebrating other women. What do you think that's going to activate? As opposed to jealousy and inner unworthiness. This is big stuff. It sounds simple, but it's not. No, it sounds simple, and it can be simple, but the outcome is bigger than you could possibly even imagine, okay? So we're in this together, and together we rise. But the thing is, if we don't address this deeply collective and systemic wound, we will continue to perpetuate this wound for generations to come. And for me, it's not an option with what I'm missioned to come here to do, which is to help usher in New Earth. And if you're here today too, I know that you are a part of this. This is our collective mission anyway for all humans, whatever role we play. And it's got to stop with us, if you choose, okay? No one's making you do anything. But the world needs you now more than ever. And my intention for you today is to understand how this wound is affecting your life and business, so that you can clear it and activate abundance and riches, living life to your fullest potential. The world needs you, okay? The world needs what you are missioned here to do, okay? For some women, it is to birth babies, all right? For some women, it is simply to live this human experience and share your soul codes, your frequency to the planet. And you do this unconsciously without even knowing you're doing it, but you're doing it. And for others, it's a more active role. It's voicing it like this. It's going out there and taking your healing abilities out to the world. So again, we spoke about this. You're not really separate from others. We are all come from the one divine source. And when we can hold compassion for each other instead of judgment, we all feel safer. And this is so much bigger than you, it's so much bigger than me. But this is how we're going to change the planet. This is ascension. Now, this wouldn't have mattered 100 years ago, but it matters today because that's why we all contracted to come and be born in the 1980s or the 70s or, whichever era you were born in. This is a part of the new paradigm. Okay, every living soul here today, you're a part of carving that new path for the rest of the world and for our children and their children's children and beyond. Okay, because when we spend that time and energy fighting each other, we are not spending energy on dissolving the system that maybe created this in the first place, on that system that is creating that oppression that hurts us all. And on a deeper level, that the system doesn't want us to find the solution together. It doesn't want us to come back together and be in love, because that's how we're going to change the world. And there's so much I could say on that. But this platform senses certain information, and that's just how it is. I accept that as a woman who runs her business on this platform. So healing the sisterhood wound is how we can reclaim our power and our magic together. This is the beauty of this part, right? This is the beauty of going on those retreats or coming to beautiful spaces like this, like you have today, or continuing your journey, whether it's in the Abundance Goddess, whether it's in, I have a beautiful womb sanctuary for women that come together every 2 weeks and we heal together. And that's beautiful. It's time to destroy and uncreate that now, because when you do this for yourself, you do it for the collective. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to clear that today. Now, on Friday, I went a bit deeper into what it might look like working with me in the Abundance Goddess program. I'm not going to do that again today because I have been through it, but Nikki's going to drop the link. For today only, you can save 20%, whether it's on the full pay option or payment plans, and Nikki's going to pop the link and the code in there for you. The code is today, so that's going to expire in about 24 hours time. And I am in partnership with Tree Nation, so any woman that comes into my space, I plant a tree in your name. All right, let's get to this heal. So much healing has already occurred for us. It's like ridiculous, but it's beautiful. So let me just take a sip of water here. Beautiful. Okay. Cards, law of oneness. Yes. Doreen seems so nice. She is nice. I love her to this day. Like, we're all entitled to our own opinions, right? Even if it's not our truth. All right, let's get into this beautiful healing. I just invite you all now you might want to just wiggle some of that out, because we brought up some stuff. I feel like, take a nice deep breath. And when you're ready, just closing down your eyes, dropping your awareness down into your heart space, imagining that you can breathe in and out through your heart. Really slowing down that breath. Good. I'm just requesting access to your higher self and soul records to run these healings today. Thank you. I'm just taking a moment here to call back all parts and pieces of you back into this now moment, calling all of your energy back to you now. Beautiful. Becoming aware of that beautiful pink light of compassion that is surrounding you now. Breathing this light into your body and into your heart, allowing that beautiful pink light of compassion to open and expand your heart. Good. And now feeling into that cord of connection that's always there between your heart and the heart of Gaia. Drawing up that beautiful golden light from Gaia's heart into your heart. Beautiful. And now filling into that cord of connection that's always there between your heart and the heart of creation. Drawing down that beautiful iridescent white light of unconditional love from Creator's heart down into your heart. Noticing how beautifully this iridescent white light is mixing with the golden light from Gaia and the pink light of compassion, creating a beautiful ball of iridescent rose gold light inside your heart, and using your breath to breathe this light now out through your body, out beyond your physical body, using your breath to extend this light at least 12 feet out in all directions around you. Taking a moment to just notice how safe and protected you feel inside this circle of light. How loved and nurtured you are. Good. Now feeling into that heart-to-heart connection between your heart and the heart of your higher self. And just requesting to access the highest version of you in this now moment. Your divine aspect. Your I am presence. Your divine creator self. And just allowing your higher self to drop into your body now. Merging with you. Wholly and completely in this moment. Good. Taking a nice deep breath and centering yourself in the most sacred space of your heart. As we start with the hive mind. Divine love and light, calling in the hive mind. Gratitude now. Thank you. Good. Just breathing through the energy as it begins to run. The hive mind might also be thought of as collective consciousness or collective intelligence. And while it is true we are all one and connected, we are also sovereign beings. Now, according to Dr. Bruce Lipton, through this connection to the collective consciousness, we can take on belief viruses. In other words, take on beliefs that are not our own, that run through the hive mind. This alignment will allow you to discern, this alignment will allow you to disconnect from the hive mind, collective consciousness, and the energy of belief, viruses, or thought forms that we take on that are not our own. It's bringing in discernment, sovereignty, and a stronger connection to your own internal guidance system. So just breathing through this. And please don't be alarmed if at some point, whether it's now or later during the day or evening, that maybe you experience a bit of a headache, because these belief viruses have been there for quite some time, and there is a lot of them. When you think about the fact that there's over 7 billion people on this planet and the energy is collective, that's a lot. Okay. You may be feeling pressure in your third eye. I'm just getting that now for some of you. We're just going to sit in that energy for a little bit longer, even though it's going to continue to run after this call. Just want to really honor this process. Good. It may feel like a lot is happening inside your brain, or you may be seeing little flashes of light or flashes of energy inside your mind, depending on if you're visual or not. Either way, it doesn't matter what you see or don't see, okay? You are still receiving at the fullest capacity as guided by your higher self and your soul records. Okay, we're going to clear some of that mother wound energy now in divine love and light. Thank you. So the mother wound is one that affects almost everyone, and it can originate from trauma, emotions, belief systems passed on in the womb from mother to child, and be amplified by the experiences in childhood or even later in life of mothers or mother figures who are absent, whether that's physically or emotionally, cold, distant, angry, or abusive. And this can lead to difficulty in all relationships, particularly our relationship with ourselves or our own feminine aspects or other feminine energies. And just allowing those experiences to come up for you today, knowing that you would not be here in this call right now if you weren't ready to heal this. This alignment will begin to unwind the trauma, emotions, and false belief systems passed on in the womb from your mother, and bring a deep, profound healing between you and your mother, whether she's in your life or not, and any other mother figure you choose to focus on while receiving this healing today. And it's also bringing in healing to your relationship with yourself and the feminine aspect of self. Just breathing through it. You are safe to receive this healing. We're going to end the call today with a beautiful higher heart healing. Divine love and light calling in the high heart now. Create attention now. Thank you. Deep breath. The high heart is one of the higher dimensional chakras, and once activated, expands out through our entire heart space. Our heart center is at the core of the ascension process. And as our heart chakras expand and become much larger and gain the ability to pass light onto other people, the overflow effect is just literally divine. And this gives us the ability to send love to others without words. This alignment will activate the codes of mastery in your heart. This brings the ability to raise the frequencies and vibrations of everyone around you. It will expand your heart center into higher dimensional frequencies and increase your ability to access your heart's knowing. Beautiful. So we're just going to anchor all of these beautiful energies in now, anchoring them into your heart and into your high heart, anchoring them into your mind and your higher mind, into every cell of your body, your subtle bodies, and your DNA. Grounding them down into your Earth Star chakra, down into the heart chakra of Gaia, into your soul grid, and into all dimensions and beyond now. You can either just stay in those energies and soak them up in that beautiful space of receiving, or you can come back to the room. What I decided to do was I will be posting, I think a couple of them are already on YouTube, but all of the days, including the bonus, are all going to be posted to my YouTube. So if you want my YouTube channel link, just pop a hashtag YT in the comments. And if you would like an invitation into my next event, which is going to be at the end of the month, it's called the Intergalactic Consciousness Initiation. Okay, now this is going to be a 5-day digital festival. If you would like an invitation to that, just pop a hashtag festival in the comments. Yeah, a lot of emotions came up today, Sarah. Absolutely. Witnessing you. Thank you, Jyoti. So you will all receive the invitation at some point, whether you're on my email list or beautiful Sarah. So this festival being a 5-day event, and we're going to be tapping into a lot of super conscious energies, galactic energies, all the things to help us all at this time ascend even more. A lot of my events are now geared towards, what's going to help us, what's going to assist us ushering in this new earth paradigm now into our lives, our current incarnations, because I want to be able to choose what I do once I get to the end of my life. I don't want to have to come back because we're still stuck in a matrix. No, let's dissolve that and uncreate that now in our lives so that we can all enjoy the rest of our journey wherever our soul wants to go, okay? But we're all such beautiful souls and we're so loving that we chose to come and help in this great project. And then we get here and it's dense and it's tough and we go, why? My heart hurts, watching the state of the planet. But it doesn't have to be that way. There is going to be an entry fee to this festival just because of the length of it and what's going to be inside there, okay? So the ticket fee is going to be $50 for entry, but you can bring a friend for free. So if you want to split it, you can totally do that. And those links will probably be ready by the end of this week, okay? Yeah. Wow. Yep. Thank you for sharing that with us, Jyoti. That's big, isn't it? I know some of the other ladies have been shown past lives as well over our last week together, which isn't surprising to me because it's time for us to honor the trauma, but also heal that trauma so that it's not still coded inside of us, okay? So that we can choose a new reality. Okay, does anyone have any questions? How are you feeling? The energy was, to me, that felt strong, like our day one call. I was like, huge. Oh my gosh. You're so welcome, Sandra.
I felt like when you said the part about opening up for your higher self to come through, like I just felt this, and I've never felt it before through any kind of meditation, but I actually felt this, I was going to say being, but I don't know if it's a being or not, actually drop down, and I actually felt it through my body. And then we went on to the healing for the mother, and I just cried. I really felt that one.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're so welcome, darling. Tears are so good. They're just so good. A lot of women I work with cry. And I just see that as such a blessing because it's a true release. It's a true release. See? What a way to raise a vibration at the end of the call. For me, the spiders get pretty big. Apparently where we've just moved, you can Google this. There is a spider called Charlotte. No! She's actually in this state of Queensland. If you look up Charlotte the spider in Australia, it's just, me and spiders have never been friends. We never will. And interestingly enough, my belief is that as humans, we are, for those that have that deep fear of spiders, and I've never even been attacked by a spider, right? But there is a race of beings, spider beings. And without going deeper into it, we can talk about it in the festival even, actually. I believe because of these spider beings, that is why humans have that innate fear of spiders, right? Spiders in particular. But yeah, this thing, her name's Charlotte. She lives on someone's, I can't. My son shows me these TikToks and, you're watching them and all of a sudden this big spider comes out and it gets me every time. Nikki. Yeah. Yeah. I can't deal with them. No. So yeah, that's my theory, and I believe I'm not the only person with that theory on the spider beings and our fear. You have to. All right, I'll post it in the Facebook group for you all to see. But that's not normal, right? Like usually, a big one is about the size of a hand, but yeah, this one's just monstrous. So I'll show you all. I'll send that. I'll pop it in the group for you all to have a little look. Sending you so much love. Thank you so much for hanging out with me over the last week. Some of you did ask the question to me who don't have businesses, how can you continue to work with me? And I would say the best space to do that is in the Sacred Womb Sanctuary. And I'll post all the links and stuff for that too. So, sending you lots of love. And I'm sure I'll see many of you at the festival. Okay. Bye.